So the question is, why does everyone run behind money? I would say it's your choice. You run behind money, that's okay. What's wrong with that? If it's your choice, but if it's not, you feel it's problematic, but still you feel stuck. Yeah. Then yes, it's a problem and it needs to be addressed. So if you look at the principles, it's always important to understand from first principles. So in the Indian system, we look at the Purushartha. Purushartha means the fundamental purpose of human existence, which is classified into four: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Now, artha means wealth. So, wealth is considered a very important aspect because without wealth, without money, you cannot transact normally, you cannot have a normal existence. It becomes very, very tough to lead life being poor. If it is by choice, that's different, but otherwise, it's very, very tough. You can imagine people living below the poverty line. It is almost like they are handicapped. So, wealth is a very, very important requirement. So, that being said, so that is one of the components. But why do you need wealth? That perspective gives you this aspect of choice, this element of choice. If you don't have that perspective, you feel boxed in. Money, money, money. You become obsessive about artha. That's called lobha or greed. You know. If you have that expansive perspective of dharma, what is your role in society? Towards that, what all resources that you require? And you will see one of the resources is money or wealth or artha. If you have that perspective, then you will put an effort to gain money, but not for itself. By itself, it does not mean anything. But for the purpose of doing something larger, for a higher purpose, you need resources. Now, one might understand this. If you look at how money would have evolved. See, initially people would have had no need for money. Initial civilizations. They would have bartered goods. Then as that expanded, trade expanded, they would have required some common form of, common thing that can help in their transactions. And hence money would have been invented, right? It's invention. Human beings have discovered it, let's say. But now we are bound by our own invention. Just like this mobile phone, Many people feel stuck with the mobile phone. They suffer because of the mobile phone. But it's just a human invention to make life better. That's how it should be worked with. So money got invented. And then there would have been the social conditioning over a period of time. Everyone observed that if you have money, you can do certain things. If you don't have money, you cannot do certain things. You are not empowered in certain ways. With this comes social conditioning. And over a period of time, that's reinforced by parents to children and so on. It's passed on generation to generation. So parents see, oh, if you have money, you can do this. And hence, they would condition their children, saying, hey, slightly nudge them towards the pursuit of artha or money. That's not wrong. It's a very valid process. That's how conditioning works. Everything is about conditioning. But conditioning is a twin-edged sword. if you don't have the perspective, a larger vision, then you are boxed in by that conditioning. Otherwise, the same conditioning liberates you. For example, this body, if it is conditioned to walk and run, it is conditioned through abhyasa, through repeated practice. We fall down, get up, fall down, get up. Everyone nudges us towards taking the first step, when we are very young. So that is conditioning the body to walk. Now that is very good. Similarly, conditioning the mind. What do you condition it for? For artha. It's not wrong. But now the principles are fuzzy, have been lost, have not been understood clearly. And hence, money. That becomes an obsessive conditioning. That's when it becomes problematic. Otherwise, it's an okay conditioning. So when you see this conditioning, and you see, let's say you feel stuck in it, you wish to get out of it, you need to use an alternative approach where you go live in an environment that does not reinforce this conditioning. Now our regular society reinforces this conditioning. You go to work, people talk of investment, money, profit, business. You come home, money. That's how it's reinforced. But how do you break that reinforcement? How do you get out of that reinforcement? Or how do you use negative reinforcement? So you need to go to environments that does not reinforce this conditioning. Then it becomes loose. No? Otherwise the conditioning is strong. It grips you, so to speak. It grips your mind. Wherever you see, through that conditioning you see, hey, money, what is it for me? Money. So for this to become loose, expanded, this conditioning, you need to live in environments that don't reinforce it. That's why in our traditional processes, people were advised to live in ashramas for some time. An ashrama is a place where such societal conditionings are not reinforced. And hence it becomes fluid. Otherwise it's rigid. But it becomes fluid because of lack of reinforcement. For example, the ego is not reinforced. And hence that becomes fluid. And you breathe peace. Because it's conditioning. Another way is to live in a natural environment. People who are close with nature, living with them, you will see nature does not reinforce these human-invented conditionings. That is one wonderful way. That's why people choose to live in forests or go to mountain tops, trekking up the mountain. There, for example, if you go to Himalayas, you have money, you don't have money, does not matter. Mostly, you can still be very, very, business-oriented there. But let's say you're going there not to reinforce your business interests, that conditioning, but then you will see it loosens that conditioning, and then you can breathe easy. So money is not a problem. Develop a higher vision for which money is necessary. Then you will see you have money, it's okay, you can use it in the right manner. You'll not be all worked up about money.